Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my October roundup where I share with you all of my thoughts on everything new that I tried throughout the month of October. So if you want to know updates, my favorites, some fails and everything in between, then keep watching. Okay, so starting us off, this video is very kindly sponsored by Ideal Jewelry. I'm sure you guys noticed that I do not do very many sponsorships. In fact, this is my first sponsorship of the year here on YouTube. I'm very fussy, very picky, and I'm only interested in working with brands that I really love and want to organically share with you guys, regardless of sponsorship or not. And this is one such case. So if you're not familiar with Ideal, they are an up-and-coming fine jewelry brand who specialize in offering real diamonds and solid gold jewelry at an accessible price point. Because they use lab-grown diamonds, this makes their jewelry more ethical, sustainable, and affordable. Win-win. And they use this modular design, which I absolutely love. So you can purchase a pair of studs and then mix and match the additional add-ons to take your jewelry from daytime to nighttime and really get a totally different look by changing out the add-on. And it can go from, you know, a wedding to the office just by changing that add-on. You invest in the studs and then, you know, you can mix and match as you go and get endless different combinations of earring. By the way, don't mind the fact that my ears are flaming hot red. My ears are so sensitive, which is why I love these solid gold earrings from Ideal, because that is the only material that I can put in my ears. They're angry at me anyway because I changed them multiple times while filming this video to show you the different earrings that I chose, but that's why they're red, okay? They do not like to be messed with, which is another reason why I love this jewelry brand, because all of their jewelry is waterproof, tarnish proof. You don't need to change it to get in the shower or if you go swimming or you go to the gym. So that is perfect for me because, as you can see, my ears do not like the jewelry to be taken in and out. So if I can put it in and leave it there for the foreseeable future, that is ideal for me. I also love that they do free shipping and free returns. And if you are UK based like myself, they include all taxes at checkout. So there's no surprises when the postman comes, which we love. And I know they do have some great offers and discounts coming up or already going on their website for Black Friday. And this little gift that I'm showing you a close-up of today, I was really surprised because I chose the earrings that I've shown you today, but this was a free gift with the items that I chose. And this is often a free gift on their website. And this is so handy. I love this little travel case for your jewelry. It's so safe and secure, and you can fit so much in here as well. So you can take your jewelry with you when you travel. All of this is an absolute win for me. I especially love this Lucia, I think is how we pronounce that, or Lucia. This is so pretty and it has all different settings. So if you have a longer gap than mine between your hole and the bottom of your ear, you can make it perfectly snug. There's so many little touches with these earrings. I absolutely think they're gorgeous. Please go and check them out, and a massive thank you to them for sponsoring this video and sharing these gorgeous earrings with me. I'm absolutely in heaven. By the way, I don't recommend this top. This is from Caramellin and it's driving me berserk. It doesn't want to stay off my shoulder, okay? It's making me furious. But something I do recommend that I didn't bring down today because it's so hard to show you clothing in this small space, but I will insert a picture of my new favorite flipping dress for autumn. This is from Anthropologie, and I was really unsure as to whether this was going to be worth the money for a sort of more casual dress, a sort of, you know, a knitted dress. I felt like this was quite expensive, but the second it arrived and I put this dress on, I was in love, and I thought, oh, I'll happily have paid double for this because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so thick and heavy and warm and high quality, and I put it on and I tightened up the belt and I was snapped, which is very hard to achieve snatched waistline with a winter woolly dress that actually keeps you warm. You could also absolutely wear like leggings and a thermal vest under here and no one would be the wiser. It's so flattering. You can really cinch your waist in with that tie belt and it's just beautiful and so warm. I've worn this so many different occasions. I'm going to the fireworks later. It'll absolutely be on my body for those because I can look nice and tidy and like I've made an effort with what I'm wearing, and all I've done is whack on a dress, but I'm still really warm and cozy and I can still get a coat over the top. It's just perfect for this time of year when it's a bit chilly, but maybe you don't want a huge puffer coat yet and you don't want to be swamped and drowning in layers just yet, but this keeps you warm and cozy while you look phenomenally chic, if I do say so myself. This was such a win for me. I love it. I wish they had more colours. I would love this sort of colour in that dress, would be gorgeous. More colours please, Anthropologie, it's stunning. Okay, next up let's talk about Natasha Denona's Roxa palette. This is so beautiful. I am so in love with this palette. I love it so much. It's fun and it's pretty, but like I said in my review, it's in my comfort zone. So I'm wearing this a lot. I mean, we've had a lot of eyeshadow palettes in the latter half of this year, and this is just not getting lost at all. I feel like it really stands out and is quite a different colour story to anything else that I have in my collection. It's vibrant and it's colourful, yes, but it's in my comfort zone of colours. I love these purple shades. I love that we've got quite a bit of duskiness, you know, not to be confused with mustiness. That's not a good thing. Smoky purples. We've got a really nice balance of mattes to shimmers. The shimmers are sensational, so beautiful, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding it very fun, which if makeup's not fun, what are we doing? You know, I just love playing with it. Nothing has changed. I haven't found any new shades that I don't like or that don't work really well. The formulas, of course, are absolutely solid as per the usual with Natasha Denona. It's a delight and I'm absolutely loving it. My God, if I had not ripped the tags straight off this when it arrived, let me tell you, you would not be living in my house anymore. Next up, let's talk about this cream duo from Tom Ford. This is High Altitude, the cream blush and highlight duo. I did include this, was it with Roxa? I forget. We did a sort of 2-for-1 review type of situation. And I was pleasantly surprised with this. I thought it wasn't going to show up on my skin tone, but it does show up beautifully. I will say I'm not reaching for it a lot, which is pretty typical when it comes to creams. I liked it. It was easy to use. I didn't have any issues and it did show up on me better than I expected it to. I thought it wouldn't be pigmented enough from what I'd seen online. And it was, and I did find it really easy to use, but it's not a cream that is knocking my socks off enough for me to really be using it frequently. I feel like that's a very rare thing in this house. You guys know I don't love creams. I don't gravitate towards creams. So it hasn't become one of those top drawer creams like the Chanel cream powder blushes or the Hourglass. This is definitely one that I feel like I liked it, but I'm not finding myself reaching for it a lot. And it's very expensive to not be reached for a lot, you know? But I do feel like it's mostly a me thing as opposed to there being anything wrong with the product. It's just, I don't typically like creams and it's not wow enough for me to like make an exception for it. Next up, I'm gonna get myself in a little bit of trouble, okay? It's the Urban Decay Original Naked Palette. So this was sent to me in PR and I was really curious to try it because I've never tried one of these naked palettes, which I feel like is a crime. Okay, how dare I have not ever tried one of these palettes, because they were the thing a few years, well, maybe like 10 years ago. Please say it wasn't that long. I don't know. It feels like 10 years ago. I hope it was more like 5. I've never tried them. So I thought, yes, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a go. And I had some mixed feelings. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like the shadows themselves are okay. They didn't wow me. I do like the mattes. The tones are really nice and the color story is really nicely thought out. Very versatile. It does that one thing, the sort of natural no makeup, understated soft glam. The color story, great. The shadows do feel quite dry compared to the formulas that I prefer: Natasha, Denona, Pat McGrath, Lisa Eldridge. You know who I love, and these do not sort of live up to that. The shimmers are not as impactful as I wish they were. I really don't like the feel of the felt. I don't know if this is just me, but I know this is a safe space to share our weird little nuances about ourselves. Since I was younger, I've had like a very specific, very niche phobia of biting a towel. I can't even think about it. We'll have to move immediately on. But this instantly gives me that same feeling. I can't stand touching it. It makes me feel like I'm biting a towel, and I can't stand it. It's hard for me to touch it, okay? I know that's a me problem, but that's the problem I had with this. The second problem I had with this, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but do you see what this mirror, do you see what's happened here? How it's just ripped off? So this happened when I was peeling off, you know when the mirror has like a protective peel off sticker? So there was one of those on here. When I peeled it off, it literally ripped all of the paper that is surrounding the mirror. And I don't think you're supposed to rip all of that off because it goes like, it attaches to here. So I don't think that would be a good idea. And actually I can see if I was to do that, there's like cardboard under here and the mirror would just fall out. So I didn't love that. That was odd, and now it looks like ruined. So all in all, it wasn't my favorite palette, is what I'm saying. And I'm so sorry because it was gifted to me, and I wish it was the case that I love everything that I'm gifted, but it can't be true. It just can't be. That's just not reality. So I'm so sorry, Decay, but this was not my favorite. But I do love the Moon Dust shadows, okay? So we're still friends, please. Next up, this month I went in head first, no armbands, to Valentino Beauty. I picked up several products from them, which I don't think I've ever tried anything from Valentino. I think when they initially launched, I was put off because I was seeing a lot of reviews saying that their packaging was quite naff and flimsy and just not worth the price point, and I wasn't really seeing anything that was grabbing me. But as time has gone by, you guys have been asking me to try Valentino, and a lot of you have been messaging me particularly about the foundation, that I must try it, that you love it, it's your holy grail, I need to try it. So I apologize to all of you because I don't like this foundation. I don't hate it. It's just not for me. It's not my kind of foundation. I do like the packaging. I think I was pleasantly surprised that the packaging felt nice and looked nice, and it felt like it lived up to the luxury price point. The problem with the foundation, well, there's several. The first problem is the shade. So I picked a neutral shade and it leans quite pink on me. You guys know I have an olive undertone, so it's usually tricky for me to find foundations where the undertone is right. I can usually use a neutral as long as it truly is neutral, and that will look okay. What I can't wear is something that actually leans pink because it looks really off on me, and that's what happened here. This shade, which is MN1, so it's a neutral shade according to the brand, but it looks really pink on me. So that's the first problem that I had, is that the neutrals lean too pink for my undertone. They look off. Immediately, we've got a problem. Houston, we've got a problem. Alert the space station. They need to hear about this. The other problem is it's just too heavy and matte on my skin. You know I love the glow. I love a glowy foundation. This is quite matte. It's quite matte, and it just looks heavy, very makeup-y, and it's just not what I look for and love for a foundation. But we're still friends. If you're one of the people who love this, who it's your holy grail, there's no beef here, okay? We just have different experience and we like different things, and that's okay, okay? We're still friends. I'm not cross with you, okay? And you're not allowed to be cross with me. I respect your different opinion on this, but it's not for me, and I'm really sad because I love to find a new foundation that I love, but I did not find one this month. The other products I got were both from their holiday collection. So it was two of their eye to cheeks. The blush is an existing shade, number 4. I forget what the name of it. It doesn't have the name on here, just the number 4. But but it is an existing shade. It's just in, what is that? It's just in the fancy packaging for holiday. And this feels nice. So this is not rattly. It doesn't feel really cheap. It looks quite cool and funky with the studs on the front, and there's no rattling around or noise. And the color is beautiful. I really like this blush. I like the formula. It's got a nice sheen to it without there being any sparkle or glitter or shimmer, just what I like. So I really liked that. The highlighter, I believe, is new for holiday, same exact packaging as the blush, and again, a really nice formula, very smooth, glowy, perfect shade for me. I would have liked more shades available in both of these because obviously this shade is not going to work for everybody, but both of these products I really enjoyed, I liked, I'm happy with my purchases. So my first sort of toe dipped into the water with the Valentino, it was slightly mixed but mostly positive. I will say I could see why people would like this foundation. If, for example, you have an oilier skin type than me, I can totally imagine this being gorgeous on you and very glam and beautiful and flawless. It's just with my skin tone, my skin doesn't give it the extra oils to have a little bit of glow to it. So for me, it was a pass, but I could appreciate how it would be gorgeous on someone else's skin. Next up, we have the By Terry Holiday highlighter that I posted on my Instagram. This gives me so much joy just to look at it. It's one of the most beautiful pieces of makeup packaging I've ever seen, and the inside is just as glorious. Again, this is one I have shown it on my channel. I have shown it in action. It's gorgeous. This is a shade Fairy Flirt. These are highlighters, but I chose a shade that on me is more of a blush because I was just absolutely seduced by the image of this gorgeous specimen. So I wanted this color because I thought it was so pretty and it would be a gorgeous blush. And it is a shimmery sort of shifting blush, and I'm not using it as much as I perhaps thought and hoped that I would, and loving it perhaps as much as I hoped that I would. It's gorgeous to look at, but it's not one that I'm using a lot. I don't have any regrets because it does give me a lot of joy just to look at it, but it is a bit more of a topper, and the shade is a bit sort of in between for me. You know, it's not quite a blush, but it's leaving a cast as a highlighter. So it's not quite as perfect as I wished it were, but it's gorgeous to behold, and that's given me a lot of happiness. Next, let's talk about this. I nearly said By Terry again, but this is Bobbi Brown. Hello. I've only had one coffee so far today, so that's why all the mistakes. But next up we have the Bobbi Brown Holiday Eyeshadow Palette. This is called Dream Gleam Luxe Eyeshadow Palette. I love that name. This packaging is some of the most beautiful I've ever seen. It's gorgeous in person. I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but it's really beautiful. It feels really luxurious and high quality, and I was really pleasantly surprised by this. Again, this is one that I have reviewed on my channel. I love it. Hang on, I haven't wiped off my blush. I'm in trouble. Send help. So I did use this in a video, I forget which, was it a Makeup and Movies potentially? I was so wowed, and I'm using this a lot. I really love the mattes in here. They're the perfect everyday sort of neutral transitional shades. This is the perfect sort of brow highlighting shade, and the shimmers in here are so flipping pretty. This is Italian made, and you can really tell they're really icy, really pigmented, very smooth and like wet look to them with no fallout. They're so beautiful, and I'm really using this a lot. This is pretty much my first, I think, my first experience of a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow palette, and it was a very good one. This brand has really put themselves back on my map this year, and I am very proud of them for doing that. That's not easy. Once I've decided you're not for me, you know, I am decided, but Bobbi Brown said, no, hold my brushes. We're gonna get this lady back on board, and I am on board. This is gorgeous. I love the foundation. I had a lot of great experiences when I did my full face of Bobbi Brown, and this has also made it into my very frequent use pile of eyeshadows. So fair play to you, Bobbi Brown. I think this would be a perfect gift. I'm working on my holiday gift guide. This is 100% going in because it's so beautiful. The colour story is quite festive as well. Perfect Christmas gift. Next up, I forget who recommended this to me, but it was during one of my Q&As, but it was the Patrick Tar glosses, which I have never tried before. I have tried his lip creams, but not the glosses. So I got a couple of shades of this. This is my favourite shade. What is she called? She's called Obviously. Obviously. Jokes write themselves. I mean, is this not the perfect autumn lip gloss or what? I don't know. I think it is. It's so pretty. Also, it very much smells like Christmas. It's got this cinnamony scent to it, which is so beautiful. It makes me feel like someone's just ordered a round of aftershocks at the bar and things are about to go south. That's the vibe that this fragrance gives me. It does have that tingling, it's the sort of warming sensation. It's not brutal, it doesn't like make you instantly regret putting it on your mouth, but it is there and it's just gorgeous, very flattering, nice and glossy, not sticky, lots of colour and pigmentation to it. And for a non-gloss girl, I'm really liking them. So thank you to whoever that was who told me I need to try those because you were right, I enjoy them. Next we have a new blush from Gucci for holiday. This was Intense Ruby. They released two, a peachy shade, was it light peach or something? Soft peach perhaps? I forget. Something to do with peach. I know that much. That one just did not look like it was going to show up on me. I've seen people with lighter skin tones using it and it barely shows up. So I feel, although peachiness I'm always here for, it did seem like that one wasn't going to show up on me. And I do already own the apricot shade and that one barely shows. So this looked quite a bit lighter, so I skipped on that, although I would have liked it. And I got the shade Intense Ruby instead. This packaging, I like the regular blush packaging from Gucci, and this is even cuter with that red festive colour. I do like this blush, but I just feel like it's quite redundant from Gucci with the shades they already have. It just feels pretty samey, like we've already got several shades along these lines from Gucci. So I like it. I do like this formula, but I don't think it's something that you need to run out and get before it sells out, because it's very soft, sort of coral rose type of shade, very similar to a couple of other shades from Gucci. I fear we can all live without it. Next we have the holiday lipsticks from Yves Saint Laurent. So these are their candy glazes, no. These are their Love Shines with glitter finish. Now I did review these and we found that really only one shade sort of had glitter to it. So we had three shades. One shade had like no glitter. It was the exact same as their regular Love Shine formula. One had a little bit and then one was extremely metallic. So it was very inconsistent across the board. Now, a few weeks later, since having these a few weeks and having used them a good few times, what I found has happened is as the lipsticks, as they sort of, had some use, they're getting the shades that weren't shimmery before are now shimmery. So this is the shade 44, and in my review it really was exactly the same as the original 44. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera, but I'm going to try and show you anyway. It is now quite shimmery, isn't it? So I think what happened is that maybe the formula isn't that well mixed and maybe the top layer just needs working in. If you have picked one of these up and you're disappointed it's not shimmery or glittery enough, give it a bit of a few goes and see if it starts to become more shimmery, because that's what happened to mine. So I'm now much happier with them because I wanted the shimmer that I was promised, and now I'm getting what I wanted from all three shades. I love the packaging of this. Again, perfect holiday gift, great little stocking filler. And I already know that I love the Love Shine formula, so an extra bit of shine on the lips, I really enjoy. It doesn't look like you've got a glittery lip. It's not like the Dior sequin liquid lipsticks, for example, that actually have real flecks of glitter. It's more like a heightened gloss, if you will. And next up we have my Pat McGrath Holiday picks. So I got the large palette and one of the duos. I have to start off with this duo. So this is the green duo, and this was the item I was the most excited for this year because it's got a green, you know. What I will say, I don't love this as much as I thought I would. I'm so sad even just saying that out loud. I don't know why, because it's not like it's a disappointing formula. You know, both the green and the gold are beautiful. They've got a gorgeous formula, you know, as we found out upon arrival. All of these products are Pat's Italian formulas, and I think they're beautiful. But when I first wore this, I just thought, oh, I thought I was going to put this on and my life was going to be changed. That's what I thought. I thought I'm going to use this all the time. But I literally have used this once and really not been drawn to use it again. I think maybe just the shade of green is not my favourite shade of green. Perhaps it's slightly too dark or something. I don't understand it myself. I can't explain it to you. There's nothing wrong with the performance, with the formula. I love, I think it's amazing. The sheen is there, the shades are there. I don't know why. On the eye, I just don't love the look that I get from this duo, and I'm not really sure why, but I'd love to know your thoughts. If you pick this up as well, do you hard disagree with me, or are you getting the same feeling about it? I don't know why. What's wrong with me? I'm broken because I love green shadow, and this is like a true green. I did a lot of swatch comparisons of this. I didn't really have anything similar because it's a very true green. It doesn't sort of shift to blue or anything like that. It's a true green, and I don't know why on the eyes I just don't love it as much as I thought I would. Don't know what's wrong with me, to be honest. But the Mega palette I love. This is my favourite of these ever from Pat McGrath, and I think it's just maybe the most wearable for me and what I like. It looks colourful at first glance, but as I said in my You Don't Need That video, if you block a couple of like these two shadows out, essentially, you've got quite a neutrals eyeshadow palette here with loads of shimmers that are stunning in their quality and finish. Really beautiful, impactful shades right up my street. Oh, some of these are just absolutely insane. The pigmentation, oh, the finish, the shimmer. It's utterly divine, glorious. I love the mattes, really high quality shadows in here, and so many, so much fun to play with. I'm loving that palette and I'm having a lot of fun playing with it. The one thing that is disappointing to me, which is what I said in my review, is this sort of aquamarine shade here. I feel like for me that's the most special shade in there. It's the prettiest, it's the most unusual, and it's the one that for me just falls a bit flat compared to the others. Like, do you see here, these three are absolutely insane, and this, it's just nowhere near as impactful. It's a little bit sad in comparison, isn't it? But that's the shade that I was really wanting to really love. So that shade specifically slightly let me down, if I'm being honest, but the rest of the palette, I'm really enjoying it. I think for the price point, it's a great deal for Italian Pat McGrath shadows and endless looks. And finally this month, Lisa Eldridge came out with her Rouge Experience lipsticks and blew my socks right off of my feet and into the basket. I love everything about these. This case is so luxurious and so high quality and special, having my initials engraved on there with Lisa's on the other side, like we are best friends. The shade I'm wearing today is 182, but there's just so many gorgeous shades in there. I love the refillable quality of it. This component is just my dream come true of a lipstick. I love how luxurious and special it feels without being bulky. Like other sort of, you know, brands that do these hyper luxurious bullets like this, or not like this, but they tried to make them like this, they're always huge and bulky and ungainly, like the Bond number 9s, the Louboutin. It feels like brands think you have to make it ginormous for it to feel bougie. Lisa said, hold my purse. I'm going to make a very streamlined, delicate, neat, compact little number that's going to blow all of you straight out of the water, and it's just so sophisticated and elegant and luxurious, and it's a perfect representation of Lisa herself. I love these. The formula I adore. It's a really creamy pigmented satin, really comfortable and smooth and creamy and soft on the lips, but plenty of colour. I want more shades. I know Lisa has said more are coming very quickly around the corner. I cannot wait. I love these. They're so beautiful. They're not as shiny as the Lucents, but they're not matte either like the Velvets. Like Lisa said, they're right kind of in the middle of those two formulas. I would love some glossy finishes to come in this component. I know she says she's got another formula around the corner, but I suspect that's going to be matte. That's my guess. I can't wait, whatever they are. So there you have it. That is everything new that I tried in the month of October and all of my thoughts. Again, thank you so much to Ideal for sponsoring this video and gifting me these gorgeous pieces. I will of course link the earrings that I'm wearing and the website in the description box down below so you can go and check them out for yourself. But I am so happy with these. I really feel very fancy today. I'm going to go on the school run with these later, and everybody is going to presume I have a ball to go to later, which who knows, maybe I do. I don't, but never mind. Please let me know all of your thoughts on these products. If you grabbed any of these this month, what was your experience? Is it different to mine? Please let us know in the comments section down below. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.